think I'm close enough. All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to call this meeting to order for the Polk County Board of Commissioners for Tuesday, October 7th, 2025. All commissioners are present. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, first item up is for comments for items that are not on this agenda. And your speaking is limited to 3 minutes. We will time you. We encourage all community members to engage with public comments to the Board of Commissioners. However, out of respect for our audience and a general sense of decorum, please refrain from vulgar, threatening, or inappropriate language. Sorry, that's boilerplate stuff. So somebody here wants to speak. So our process is you come one at a time forward and give us your name and address for the record.
Good morning.
It's close enough.
That's okay. I'm Leanna Dieters. I am a citizen of Polk County.
You don't want to share your address?
I am a citizen of Polk County.
Okay.
I'm also an organizer for Indivisible Polk County, Oregon, organized under indivisible.org. I'm here today because we are concerned that Polk County's support of the Marion County's lawsuit seeking clarification on federal administrative subpoenas issued by ICE versus judicial subpoenas required by Oregon state sanctuary law. We are concerned that this is an effort to potentially weaken sanctuary law in Oregon and the safety of our citizens and people who may be seeking citizenship. I would like to better understand why you are supporting this. I do have signed letters. I'm going to go ahead and read the letter to you, but I also like to leave it with you. This is for the commissioners and also for Sheriff Garton. Dear Polk County Commissioners and Sheriff Garton, we are writing as concerned residents and voters of Polk County who care deeply about the well-being of our community. We stand firmly in support of Oregon's long-standing sanctuary law, first enacted in 1987, to ensure that local law enforcement does not participate in federal immigration enforcement. This landmark law protects civil rights and builds community trust, and it has been reaffirmed by Oregon voters in recent years, showing broad and continuing support for its principles. Oregon Attorney General Dan Rayfield has rightly defended the state sanctuary law against the Marion County lawsuit, noting that the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals has already ruled there is no conflict between Oregon's law and federal law. Indeed, Oregon's sanctuary law provides a means for releasing requested information to federal authorities. If a judicial warrant for the information is produced, the information can be released. We are aware that the Polk County Board of Commissioners recently voted to sign on to a letter of support for clarification and guidance on responding to requests from the federal government for release of information or other assistance in immigration enforcement.
That's time, ma'am.
Okay.
Request extension so she can finish.
Thank you. We are concerned that Polk County may be asked for such assistance while this case is under review in federal court. We urge you to comply with Oregon state law until the case is decided. We strongly oppose any efforts to weaken or undermine Oregon's sanctuary law. This critical protection reflects Oregon's values of fairness, equality before the law, and the belief that no person should live in fear of local authorities because of their immigration status. The undersigned citizens of Polk County will continue to defend these values and call on our elected leaders at every level to respect and uphold Oregon law. Sincerely, citizens of Polk County. Thank you. And can I do these with you?
My name's Elise Strauss. I live in West Salem in Polk County. I'm really disappointed that you guys signed on to this lawsuit. I've testified before at the Marion County Commissioners meeting twice. The sanctuary law stipulates you don't give information without a judicial warrant, period, end of discussion. Release of information that anybody can walk in and get is one thing. But I don't understand why there's all of this confusion and about clarification about the sanctuary laws. Why didn't you just call AG Rayfield? I asked Bethel that question and she was vague about it. She gave a little flippant answer. Well, what makes you think I didn't? Rayfield said she didn't. All you had to do was ask Rayfield for clarification about this issue, and you didn't. Instead, you signed on to a lawsuit with everybody else who seems mystified about the sanctuary law status, which is clear that you do not give information without a judicial warrant. It's so easy. I know why Bethel started this lawsuit. She's virtue signaling to the Trump administration that she's going to be a team player. Is that what you're doing? We live in unprecedented times. This administration is fascist, and I don't know where your politics lie, but they are not going to stop. They want information. They're going to go about it in any way they can. And you guys are worried about getting sued. Everybody's getting sued. Everybody's suing right and left. AG Rayfield has stated that he's got your back, and so has Kotek. So I don't understand why there's the clutching of pearls and that misinformation, why you can't understand that you don't give the Nazis the information without a signed judicial warrant. Do you understand what's going on right now? Do you see the broken bones and the family separated and this crap that's going on in Portland that they are staging? You have got to stand up for the people that live in this county. I'm part of 2 rapid response teams so that I can go out and be a human rights observer to make sure that I video people getting brutalized by ICE. And the fact that my county doesn't understand that you don't give information to people, to the Nazis, without a signed judicial warrant. So I'm really disappointed. I'm disappointed in you, and I want you to listen.
Hi, my name is Lisa Milliman. I'm a citizen of the United States and a resident of Polk County, just out of Dallas. I've kind of thought about and rewritten my remarks a lot of times. And I just want to say that I know these are very trying times and a very quickly evolving situation nationally as well as locally, and even specifically to the Marion County lawsuit that we're focused on today. I'm hoping that we can at least open a dialogue between the citizens of Polk County and our elected officials, if not answer all the questions that we may have. Basically, I'm here to say that I would like assurances that you all are committed to following the rule of law and upholding the U.S. Constitution, even if federal agents wish otherwise. I want to know that all residents of Polk County are valued and treated with respect, regardless of their gender, national origin, or immigration status. I expect Polk County to do everything possible to protect Polk County residents from brutality and unnecessary cruelty perpetrated by bad actors, including federal agents. I want to know that you will not obey illegal orders issued by federal agents and refuse to aid those agents who are violating the terms of the U.S. Constitution as if it was a set of optional guidelines. I'm being called on as a citizen of this country to be a peaceful activist, to object to the many wrongs I've seen being done here and abroad, and to demand that we all do better, knowing that the things I say could be used to mark me as an enemy from within. The President of the United States continually fans the flames of division among Americans, and I know that makes your jobs harder. I hope that we can all work together to safely navigate these trying times. Thank you for the opportunity to speak.
It's your time. Anybody else?
Morning, Andy Strauss, 611 South Rosewood Lane here in Dallas. I'm just going to share for a couple minutes before my dad comes up in support of veteran service officers and the Veteran Services Department. I come from a long line of veterans. My father, my grandfathers, my great-grandfathers. I'm very proud of all of them for serving our country. We had a situation in 2020 when my mom was still here, and she was going through the stages of Alzheimer's, early onset Alzheimer's. And when my parents were serving in the Air Force, my dad was serving in the Air Force, they were based in Laredo, Texas in 1970. In 1970, several of the women on the base that were pregnant all lost their babies in a very weird, I guess, way, in the sense that my older sister was born with a lot of congenital anomalies that they whisked her away. My mom never got to see her after she was born there on the base. And this was something that happened to some of the other Air Force wives as well. My dad wasn't allowed to come in. It was just kind of a very hush-hush, quiet, covered up thing. To make a long story short, my older sister Laura was buried there by the Air Force, but my dad was being, his orders were done. I don't know if that's the right verbiage, but they were leaving in December of 1970. My sister was born in August of 1970. So by the time the Air Force was able to get her burial and everything, they never got to see the marker of where she was placed. They had the service, but they never got to see the official marker that my mom chose for her. So as my mom was in the end stages, she was back in her mind, she was back in that stage of wanting to see baby Laura and where baby Laura was. So we reached out. My parents never had a picture of the marker that the Air Force did. So I reached out to Eric Idderly, who used to work here, and he helped us as a family to try to figure out how we could at least get a picture for my mom to see that picture. He tried his hardest. He reached out to the National Personnel Records Archive Center in St. Louis. It took almost 3 years to get my mom's records. We wanted to just, from a family standpoint, we wanted to know if there was more genetic stuff that we didn't know about that could have caused Laura's death, premature death. Can I have an extension? No.
See what you did. Now they want extension.
I'm just going to ask.
3 minutes for everybody.
Okay.
I asked for the extension because that was a letter signed by multiple.
Okay. That's okay. I'll come back and tell the rest of the story. It's a good. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Can my dad? Oh, absolutely. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Lynn Storm. I live here in Dallas. And a big concern is this release of the veteran service individuals, how that might have came about as a budget decision, the black and white, almost a case of versus the red, white, and blue. It's very troubling to see this dismissed or changed because they've been valuable in many, many ways to many of the veterans. I've been fortunate to not have a great need for services that are availed to me, other than, as Mandy just shared, going through Eric to get a lot of help so that we could retrieve our daughter's remains. Question, as that decision was made, if I could have any dialogue, what was the vote to dismiss those two individuals? Was it 3-0?
There was no
or 2 to
vote.
1?
It's a personnel matter.
It's a personnel matter.
Yeah.
Okay, so the decisions. Could I ask, are there any veterans amongst you? No. What about Brent DeMoe? Do you
We're
know?
not going to do dialogues.
Okay, no dialogues. All right. So usually dialogues can resolve issues, but that's pretty much where I stand with many others in the community that I converse with that are also veterans. It's a big setback that it's determined budget-wise to reduce the services those individuals were given. And if I understood right, they're temporarily in the interim have somebody coming down from Portland? No? Yes? No? Difference opinions here.
No, Mr. Bell is from Independence. And
Oh.
He's retired from the ODVA and has decades of experience.
Okay,
We don't want to disparage people.
okay, I appreciate that. It's unsettling to some of the veterans that have been working through the previous two individuals. They establish a rapport. They have been greatly helped. And then this setback is that can be looked upon almost as if you're at a lower scale of need. So we're going to cut back from 2 to 1. And as ladies have been up here discussing other matters, we have a lot of social issues.
That's done.
Okay.
I am Carol Christ and I live south of Dallas. My main reason for talking this morning is because I know the board receives information, listens to testimony, reads emails, but I'm still trying to figure out where it's proper and common to have any kind of dialogue. Because of public law, I can't call up one of you and say, let's go to coffee. Or maybe I can if it's just one of you and can't if there's two of you. I just don't know the procedures. And I'm hoping that either you can send me to a website that explains it, or I could write to you by email. I'd like to have straight in my head, well, how do you have an in-person conversation with a commissioner? This is us talking to you, but anything that is two-way, when does that happen? How can it happen properly? And I'd like to speak with any of you and also with Sheriff Garten so that I can better understand why the actions were taken to officially support the Marion County letter or the Marion County lawsuit. I'm sure there are reasons, but I'm not understanding from just the public record. So I don't know where to go from here.
So let me help you there.
Mm-hmm,
Again, not to create a dialogue, but to answer your question specifically
Yeah.
about contact.
Mhm.
You can meet with any commissioner, any elected official, just by reaching out and asking for it,
okay.
and setting up an appointment. And generally here for our office is Nicole.
Mm-hmm,
So that's totally legitimate. You can send emails, you can send letters, communicate phone calls, with any one of us. Again, as you know, we can't meet, as a board in a deliberation process, except on in a public meeting.
mm-hmm.
So if two of us are meeting you, that's a quorum. That's why we can't do that. That's
One at
why-
a time.
Yeah. So that, I mean, you have, I mean, I've talked with you before.
Mhm.
So, you know, we are accessible in that regard. We're just not going to do debate here on the record, on our agenda. That's why we don't do dialogue. Public bodies don't do that as a rule. So, because it can end up leading to all kinds of rabbit holes you can't get out of. So, but anytime, one-on-one, we meet with people one-on-one every day. So,
Thank you.
you bet.
I've done this before. My name's Roberta Lindenfelser. I'm a resident of Dallas. I imagine your jobs are really hard right now. And I think all of us as citizens are in the same boat, that we haven't lived through a time like this before in my lifetime. And I just want to encourage you all to see each of us as a part of our community, as we see you as a part of our community, whether we're citizens or non-citizens. We're here in the same boat. And I also do not understand why there would be a change of requiring a judicial warrant to protect the citizens and non-citizens that are part of our community. And thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna move on then from comments. Well, next up is the approval of the agenda.
Also move. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye, pass unanimously. Approval of minutes of September 30th.
I'll move approval.
I'll second that.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, pass unanimously. Do we have any non-listed items?
None for
No, sir.
Okay. All right, we are adjourned.